Hi guys. Welcome back to our channel. Once again we will be talking about more fascinating facts from around the globe, so please sit back and enjoy the video. There are many theories as to why there are no fruit trees in the cities, such as pests like bees and wasps which people don't like, and also there's the maintenance and cleaning up costs. But did you know that farmers are only allowed to produce so much fruit and vegetables each year? So not to flood the markets, which would result in the collapse of prices and profits in the food industries. That's why governments pay farmers not to grow crops is to substitute for agricultural price support programs, designed to ensure that farmers could always sell their crops for enough to support themselves. Cane toads have become a big problem in Australia. After introducing 2,400 cane toads from Hawaii in 1930s, they were released to control beetles damaging sugarcane crops. The problem is they have no natural enemies, and when threatened, cane toads expel a milky white substance known as bufotoxin from their skin, which is capable of poisoning most predators that try to eat them, which means having no natural enemies their numbers will continue to grow and spread, which is now having a devastating impact on the native animal species and ecosystems. Scientists now estimate that there are now well over 200 million. A taipan's venom is extremely toxic. In fact, a single bite of about 110 milligrams is so powerful that it has enough venom to kill 289 people and over 1 million mice. If medical treatment is not available straight away, severe symptoms can begin in less than 30 minutes, and death has been known to occur in as little as 30 to 45 minutes. But interestingly enough, since the making of antivenom, there hasn't been a single recorded fatality from inland taipans in spite of their incredibly strong venom. Pablo Emilio Escobar was a Colombian drug lord in the 1980s, and was responsible for supplying over 85% of the world's cocaine market, with 80% of the cocaine being sent to the United States. He was transporting most of his cocaine to the US, using submarines, and was said to be worth around $30 billion, which is the equivalent to $60 billion in today's money. He was spending more than $2,500 on rubber bands alone just to hold his stacks of paper bills together. Escobar reportedly burned around $2 million cash to keep his family warm during their time on the run, because his daughter complained she was cold. On December 2, 1993, during a shootout with the Colombian National Police, he sustained fatal gunshots through the ear, leg, and torso. The golden poison frog, Philobates terribilis, is considered one of the most toxic animals on Earth. It is so toxic that even touching it can be dangerous. A single specimen measuring just 2 inches has enough venom to kill 20,000 mice or 10 grown men. The indigenous Mbera people of Colombia have used its powerful venom for centuries to tip their blowgun darts when hunting. Scientists are unsure of the source of this frog's amazing toxicity, but it is possible they assimilate plant poisons, which are carried by their prey. Poison dart frogs raised in captivity and isolated from insects in their native habitat never develop any venom. Did you know in order to survive snake bites, the Aboriginal people from Hanga First Nations Queensland survived by laying down under a tree and not moving a muscle for 4 to 5 days, while their people brought them food and water? Although it's hard to know the exact amount of snake bites there are each year, it is estimated over 6 million people are bitten every year. And around 85,000 to 150,000 people are dying each year because of snake bites, and up to 500,000 are needing amputations and permanent treatment for disabilities caused by snake bites annually. The time it takes to completely recover depends on how toxic the venom is, but most patients need anywhere from 1 to 9 months. There are about 30 mongoose species around the world, and they are every snake's nightmare. The mongoose will provoke the snake by biting its tail and lunging at it until the snake is tired out. It is generally believed that a mongoose wins around 80% of its battles with snakes. The mongoose wins because it has a very good strategy and will provoke the snake by biting its tail and lunging at it until the snake gets tired out. Then the mongoose will go in and bite the head. For an experienced mongoose, it will only take 1 bite to crush the skull of the snake. Mongooses can tolerate a certain amount of snake venom, but if the snake can get enough bites in, then it can kill the mongoose from an overload of venom. They also eat both vegetation and meat. Mongooses can live around 20 years in captivity and 6 to 10 years in the wild. The Congol dog has without doubt the strongest bite force in the world, with an almost unbelievable bite force of 734 pounds per square inch. Bred in Turkey to bring down larger animals preying on sheep and other livestock, these dogs are masters at neutralizing danger. The Congol dog isn't a well-known breed, but you'll be challenged to find one, and if you do, you can easily expect to pay at least $1,000 plus for one of the puppies. The Congol dog can make a loving, caring and intelligent family pet, and they live 12 to 15 years. Black mambas live in southern and eastern Africa. And get their names because inside their mouths it's black. They are the longest venomous snake after the king cobra, reaching lengths of 14 feet, with the average being around 8.2 feet. They are some of the fastest snakes in the world, reaching speeds of 12.5 miles per hour. These snakes are also highly unpredictable and can be aggressive. They seldom tolerate humans closer than about 40 meters. And what makes this snake deadlier than most other snakes, is they strike repeatedly, injecting venom with every bite. They have very fast-acting neurotoxin, and deaths have been known to occur within 20 minutes after being bitten. In the wild, they live at least 11 years, but in captivity have lifespans of more than 20 years. In 1959, the Volvo engineer Nils invented the VType modern 3-point safety car seat belt, and although the design was patented, the company decided the patent was to be left open, making it available to all vehicle manufacturers to use for free in order to save lives. The VType design is an intelligent, and perfectly suited to the seat occupant's body, but even though the seat belts do save lives, still, 34% of car occupants killed in road accidents are not wearing a seatbelt, with drivers and passengers aged 17 to 34 are the ones least likely to buckle up, and when it gets dark, wearing rates fall. This is most likely because it is harder for police to see in the night. The women are more likely to wear seatbelts than men, and the first car fitted was the 1959 Volvo 122. Of all the domain names out there, .com is the most popular and the most dominant of all top-level domains, and it should always be considered a priority when registering a domain name, because it is simply the most recognizable globally. Here are some domain names and what they sold for. In 2010, carinsurance.com was purchased for $49.7 million, and in 2005 lasvegas.com was purchased for a massive $90 million, and in 2007, the domain business.com was sold for a whopping $345 million. During World War II, Hitler fired unguided cruise missiles at Britain, which British people called the V1 missiles, flying bombs, buzz bombs or doodlebugs. Each V1 carried a high explosive warhead weighing up to 1,700 pounds, that's 850 kilograms, with a range of up to 150 miles or 240 kilometers. It was driven by a pioneering pulse jet engine at speeds of more than 400 miles per hour, that's 640 kilometers per hour. They were guided by a clockwork guidance system run by compressed air. During this time, 6,725 were fired at Britain, with 2,340 hitting London, causing 5,475 deaths, and 16,000 injuries. The first V1 flying bomb used by the Germans in World War II fell in London City, landing on Grove Road, destroying a railway bridge, and nearby housing, killing 6 people. That's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on to be notified when we next post. Thanks for watching.